Well, after this weekend, John, many of us needed a day to exhale.
And we had that today, didn't we?
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we get a lot of tomorrow, too. Yeah, there are still a couple of lighter rain showers around here this evening. Nothing like what we had either Friday or Saturday. But it looks like we may see some more rain coming up late tomorrow night into Wednesday. But as I kind of teased earlier, believe it or not, this is actually a good thing. Even if there are some minor instances of some flooding. Again, a good thing, because don't forget, Lee is still churning out there in the Atlantic waters. And if it wasn't for this system coming through, I think we'd be looking at some really dangerous stuff around here. But let's get into it. We'll start you off with a camera view. We'll take you to the Paw Pack for this one. From the visitor center, you can see the clouds. We had a brief rain shower that moved through there a little while ago. You can see just how much rain we've had. The Paw Pack is elevated there a bit. Look at the sandy area. Not a lot of places to put out a blanket on a day like this, how much water we've seen. 73 degrees, your temperature. Still a little sticky out here now, but maybe not quite as bad as it's been. Humidity is set to surge back in here, though, later tomorrow. Temperatures now, a lot of 70s out there this evening. Do have some 60s, especially in the elevations, including Lopez sitting there at 67. Mid-70s as you head out into the central Susquehanna Valley. Range there of about 74 to 76 degrees. There are just a couple of lighter rain showers, mainly focused along and east of Interstate 81. Again, just moved up over the Paw Pack a little while ago. Shohola, you got a lot of rain on Friday. You have another brief shower kind of passing you by now. Some Blooming Grove area, a little shower zipping there along Interstate 84, probably out over the Delaware Water Gap in about 30 to 45 minutes. This is the system right in here. This is the next kink in the jet stream flow that's going to be coming through with more rain, perhaps even some heavy late tomorrow night into early Wednesday. But again, this system moves through and helps to sweep Lee mainly out to sea. So showers, they're going to wrap up here this evening. Temperatures bottom out in the low 60s, which is pretty seasonal for this time of year. Tomorrow, the fog's going to be pretty thick tomorrow morning, but I think we break out into at least a fair amount of sunshine. But by late evening, clouds return. Highs tomorrow expected to be somewhere in the ballpark of about 80 degrees. Let's show you future clouds and radar. This is 6 o'clock in the evening. So again, a lot of the day tomorrow, in fact, probably all the day tomorrow, looks dry. Do have some increased cloud cover. This is after midnight here. We're into very early Wednesday morning with some showers coming through, and you can see some hot spots here where you get some of the red colors. So certainly a possibility that we'll find some, really torrential downpours in spots come Wednesday. Now, this particular model shows some of that heavy stuff coming through some of our valley cities again. I look at it this way when we talk about, these torrential downpours, again, like we saw Friday, like we saw Saturday. It's kind of like when they're picking on Jeopardy. You can see in the amounts of money that are there. So we can see, the forecast. We know there's a lot of potential there for some rain. But to pick out the amounts of, those extreme amounts, those 4 and 5 inches, it's kind of like when the contestants pick on Jeopardy and then they get that, the Jeopardy thing, pops up and, okay, you're going to wager a bunch of money. But they don't know where that is on the board, right? They have no idea. So that's kind of the caveat to a forecast like this. We know the potential is there for potentially a lot of rain. Potentially, some spots 1, 2 inches, maybe even more than that. But to really pinpoint, all right, this is the community that's going to get like 5 inches, there's really just no way to do that right now, unfortunately. So just know we're going to have to be weather aware. But here is Lee. Want to quickly show you the path. So that front comes through, all right, and then it's going to help to keep Lee far enough out to sea. We'll probably see some clouds from it, maybe even a little bit breezy on Saturday, but that's it, that's all. Otherwise, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, not only for the weekend, but really even beyond that. So after we get through this rainy spell here tomorrow night, early Wednesday morning, we run to sunshine, cooler, less humid air. Looks really a lot like fall in a forecast like this as we go throughout this week and into the weekend. But we will keep our eyes on Lee. Right now, it looks like it's far enough out to sea. Shouldn't be too much of a bother for us, and that's a very good thing.
Very
Yes,
good.
It is. Thank you, John.
Thank you.